Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500, welcome back to day one on Project Zach. This is 10 minutes after I finished the last walk around video. I'm going to try and get this done and ready to go on the road today. It is not much to do, as I've already shown you really. It's still filthy dirty, obviously, as I say, this is only 10 minutes afterwards. As I finished filming, the bonnet turned up. So I'm going to put the actual bonnet that's going to go on the car on rather than the temporary one, which I've just got out of the garage, typical. And we need to go down to the shed at the bottom of the garden and get the temporary, definitely a temporary bumper on. Hopefully I've got some DRLs that I can just whack into place just temporarily, just so there's no holes there, so we can park it outside and it doesn't sort of, you know, come to notice too much. But let's get on with it. I'm going to do that before. I've got to do that door as well. I've got to sort that door out. Obviously the rain's going to get in otherwise. I'm going to do all of those things before I wash it. Let's do it. Let's get on. Day one on Project Zach. Step doing, there's the bonnet that I bought, which looks completely different colour to the car, but I'm hoping that's because the car's filthy and the bonnet's not. There are some marks on the bonnet. There's a little chip there which we'll touch in. There is a little bit of a crack there, just very tiny, which I reckon's been done in transit. I don't think that was on there. As you can see, it's got that silver strip down the bonnet, which looks alright. I've never had one with that before. They are aftermarket, but I'm going to leave it on there. So you normally get on the bumper as well, some extra bits, which of course I haven't bought the bumper. So yeah, that's not going to be the case, but it looks alright. These headlights are awful. They're so misty, they're going to need a really good polish up, but we'll do that another time. So it fits alright this side. It's a tiny bit of adjustment this side. This side it does need some adjustment, so it's on. That's the main thing. We can adjust it another time. Here it looks alright, but it's coming out too far, so we're going to have to a little manoeuvre around, but not the end of the world. Obviously what I failed to mention before, because of these are missing, of course, so are the bolts. We have no bolts in the boot. So I managed to find a blue nut, and then I've found some 3 silver nuts, which are the same sort of thing. I'm pretty certain in my masses of buckets of bolts, I've got a set of white nuts. So I just wanted to get it on for the time being, so I'm not going to worry about adjusting it just yet. Once we've found the correct nuts, we'll do it at the same time. It'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm now going to go down to the garage, go down to the shed at the bottom of the garden. I am going to get the bumper out, and then there's various trims might be missing on it. There's certainly no DRLs in it, so we need to try and sort out some DRLs. Not even going to bother connecting them, just to put the bumper on so there's no holes in it. So yeah, we'll go down and get that now, and then we'll come back. Right, there you go, temporary bumper off. You may have seen me down in that corner for a little while. Reason being, in case you didn't realise, the bumper bolt was still in there, and it was quite stiff to get out. So I had to do it sort of half manually, using that until it would actually turn with it. So yeah, temporary bumper, but we've got 2 DRLs in there. That one's a good one. That one's scratched to sugar. So I do need to start buying DRLs when I see them cheap, because the only ones I've got are all these broken ones down there. So I do need to get some decent ones. But it looks all right, doesn't it? It's dirty. It's pushed in there. But this is why I kept this bumper, because this is ideal scenario. I've put that badge on, just stuck it on with some double-sided tape. It's a brand new badge, just so it's got a badge. Number plates, I don't know if they're coming today or not. They might not come till tomorrow. They normally, I think they were dispatched yesterday, but I think they take a couple of days normally because it's Hermes. or every, whatever you like to call them. Obviously I can't park it out in the road with no number plates on, so yeah, we'll just have to wait for those to come tomorrow, if they do come tomorrow. Before I clean it, which I can't wait to do, I've got to sort this out. So I'm going to set you up. We're going to do this together. Obviously we need to get some power to the battery because I need to wind the window up. What I'm going to do actually, I think I'm going to get, I've got three other old batteries which I don't know if they're any good or not. What I might do is see if they've got any of those have got any power in them. I'll put the battery tester on them, see if they've got any power in them, and I'll swap them over if necessary, until the new battery comes. Otherwise I'm going to have to use the jump pack to get some power to the car. So let me just check those batteries, swap the battery over if need be, and then we'll come back and we'll sort this out. Well, I've tried 2 of the 3 batteries I've got, and neither of them I've tried 2 of them, and neither of them have got any power in. That one looks fairly new, so I've put it on charge to see what happens. I've literally just put it on, so it's going to have to be on all day, really. I don't know whether I will try and charge this one up. I don't know if the battery's just worn out or whether it's knackered. When it's got no charge in it, you can't really test it. So I've done the old window down. So I'm just going to set it up, set the camera up, and then we'll get in here and we'll start bending this back, closing the door until such time as it's nice and level. Then we'll try and put the window up and see what it is. Obviously we'll have to reconnect the power then. Once we've done that, we can get it cleaned. Okay, right, what we need to do is, it's quite bent, isn't it? There's not much I can do about that. I'm not, unless I have to, I'm not putting a new door on just for that. Okay, let's get me foot on there and bend it. Make some horrible crunching noises. Let's see how good that is. Oh, we're nearly there already. Very nearly there. A little bit more in there. Doesn't take much. Lucky the window didn't pop. Yeah, that'll do. The rubber just needs to go in. Actually, a little bit more. A little bit more. These bastard thieves. Right, let's try that. That's it, that'll do. That didn't take much, did it? Right, what we need to do now is try the window. So I need to put some power into the car again and we'll try it. Alright, more power. Press the boost button. The ignition's being delivered today, by the way, which is good. So I'll start getting this one out once I've got the car clean. Right, ignition on. Has that gone in properly? I think it has. No, it hasn't actually. You know what? I think I may have even gone. I think I might have gone too far. I might have bent it out too much. So let's try and bend it out a bit this way. It don't take much, does it? Lost the power again. This battery's doing my Swede in. I just have to keep hitting the boost button on the pack. Oh, come on, where's the button? I can tell that it's not gone up properly. Why is that not going up properly? It's hitting that, isn't it? It is too far. Actually, no, it's too far. No, it does need to go in more, doesn't it? Yeah, no, it does. I pulled it out. I thought it had to go out, but it's actually the other way around. Oh, no, to put that back on again. Hang on. Oh, I've lost the power again. Hang on, have I locked the car? I haven't even got enough power to. I don't know if it's the remote that doesn't work, or whether it's just not got enough power. Oh, that seems better. That's better. Not sure if it's perfect, See if I can do it down and up again before the power goes. Yeah, I think that'll do. I think that's all right. I think that's sufficient. Yeah. Might need a little tiny bit more, but the main thing is the glass closes properly now, which is what it needed to do, so I can get the car clean. Right. In that case, let's get it clean. There we go, it's had a bit of a snow foam, as you can see. It's all dwelling at the moment for a few minutes. As you saw me do the citrus wash, does make a mess, this snow foam. Citrus wash, still seems to have disappeared that side for some reason. This was the side I started on. I think it was a bit too watery, this side. Never mind, don't matter. It's only its first wash. But yeah, I'll go over it in a minute with a sponge, with a noodle mitt, not a sponge, noodle mitt. And then we'll use the old drying towel on it. Oh, the sun's trying to come out again. Tiny little bits of blue sky at long last. I had so many parcels delivered to me from the postman. The postman actually had a crate. He got out of his van with a grey crate with all my parcels in it. Some of which are there, some of which were Blue and Me units. Some of them I don't know what the hell they are. At least one of those is the lock set. I have actually bought 2 lock sets because I've got one who I buy them from quite regularly. Every time he lists them, I get them from him because he sells them cheap. So I always have them in stock. So obviously I only need 1 lot, but at least that gives us some spares for the next car. So we can do that. It's just a shame about the lack of battery power. Obviously we'll be able to put a battery in it once it's charged, but I think that's dwelled enough for now. I'm going to get that all off. I won't bother filming any more of that. I'll get that all rubbed, jetted off, and then we'll dry it off with a towel. Show you it all again. When you think this was only delivered about 3 hours ago, and now look at it, it's almost finished. When we'll get that, we'll get the ignition done as well. So it's all clean. Not scrubbed up bad at all, is it, for a 15-year-old car? Not bad at all. There's a couple of little age-related marks on it. Bearing in mind, bumper is not the bumper that's staying on it, it's just a temporary one. Bonnet matches in with the paint pretty well. You can just about notice the difference. It's a little bit brighter, but nothing much. No one will ever notice if they come and look at the car. Absolutely not, they won't. Not they won't? They absolutely won't. Don't know what it looks like through the camera, but yeah, definitely you can't see it. You can't see it at all. I think I may have done that because when I put the bonnet on, I forgot to put some cloths on here to protect it. Silly me. We've got to get that out. I'm not going to change that wing. We'll get that as good as we can, and then it will be. That's how it will be sold. There's a couple of little marks on this door. Nothing that won't be taken off with some G3 or some G10 or even some G360 or whatever. Might need a polish. Nothing on here. This is all. No, it's just moisture on there still. Wheels are all very good actually. That one's got a little bit of scuffing, but not too much, considering it's a 15-year-old car. But it's good that we've got new tyres, but of course we will have to check that. I also need to check, which I haven't done yet, is check to see if it's got locking wheel nuts, because as far as we know, there's no locking wheel nut key. But before we go and order one, I will double check. Well, I'll look at the wheels first if there is one. I'll look in the boot, because the last car I had, it was buried in a case underneath the spare wheel, so I will take that out and check, just double check. I want to obviously get under and have a look at the rear beam, but I'm not doing that because the ground's soaking wet at the moment. But we'll do that once that's dried up. But yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Obviously we need to do that as well, but we'll touch that up. We're not going to go mad on this car. As I say, it is a 15-year-old car. We'll just get it the best we can, like I always do. Always get it the best we can. So it's good that it's got new tyres on it. That's no expense. We'll have to polish up the headlights. They are very, very misty, especially that one. Terrible. Worst I've seen, I think. It's probably why the thieves didn't steal them, because they thought, well, they're no good. DRL, that is a good DRL. Haven't plugged them in. That one's got scuffing on it, so we won't be using that one, but I'll just put it in there for the time being, just so we have one in there. I will have to buy one of those, so I'll get one of those. I do really need to start buying them when I see them cheap, because I often need them. So that's pretty good. Right, so next morning, it's been on charge all night. I've just put the top Don battery tester on it, and as you can see there, it's 100% charge with only 34% health. And it says in red there, replace. So it might be a battery that might get you out of trouble now and again. So I won't throw it away. However, I will put it into the car today. The new battery is coming today, but what I'm going to do, because that's going to be a relatively cheap car, I'm going to swap it over with the battery that's in one of my other cars, one which you haven't seen yet. I keep mentioning that and you still haven't seen it. So yeah, I will swap it over, so that will have the new one, and this car will have the original. Right, the new bumper, I've used a Merca adhesion promoter. I've never used it before. I think a lot of people will recommend you use that on plastics. These new bumpers, when they come, bless you, when these bumpers come, they're always advertised as being primed. They're not primed. They've probably got something on them rather than bare plastic, but they're certainly not primed. And sometimes when you see cars that have had these painted and the paint's chipping off, you can see that people haven't used primer, because you can see the black plastic underneath. So I think people are fooled into thinking they are primed and you don't need primer. So I'm going to prime them as normal, as I always do. It is a bit windy today, so I've got it weighted down with two 5-litre containers of Jollop. I've got to leave that adhesion promoter 10 minutes before I put anything on it, so I'm doing as they tell me. Leave it 10 minutes and then I'll put a couple of coats of undercoat on. The paints have come today. I bought paints from Central Paints for a change, by code I should say, by registration number, which is obviously 268A anyway, but I have got two brand new cans of unopened 268A. That one's standard, and that one's standard as well, and I'm not sure which is the standard colour. This doesn't say one way or the other. So I am going to use this to start with. Before I put any clear coat on, I'm going to hold it up to the car and have a look, see if we can tell if it's the right colour or not, because they do often come out too white. So here we got the first dust coat. Literally just a dust coat. So I left it about 15 minutes, stuck that on. That's been on about 5 minutes or so, but as it's a warm day today, it's about 25 degrees today. I'm going to put another coat on now. I might do 2 thick coats, and then we'll leave that for a little while, block it down, and get the base coat on. And there it is with 3 coats. So we had the dust coat and then we had a further 2 coats of primer. So now I'm going to block it down. I've got some, I'm going to wet sand it, 2000, or no, 1500, and then I've got 3000. So I'm just going to go over and block it down with that. We'll clean it off, let it dry, and then we'll get some base coat on. Right. Here we have the first coat, quite a heavy coat of lacquer, 2K lacquer. So it's looking really nice, really nice. Obviously it's wet, I've literally just put it on, it's wet. So we'll do another, I think we'll just do we only seem to need 2 coats of this 2K lacquer. You don't seem to need any more than that. 1 can seems to be sufficient. Although if it does need more, I will put more on. But yeah, it looks nice. Looks very nice. Not sure it's not too white, which is going to be a bit of a disappointment if it is. but we'll well, I say we'll do our best. If it's too white, we don't know what we're going to do. Leave it or back to the drawing board. Don't know. Right, there you go. A nice 2 heavy coats of lacquer, 2K lacquer. It looks so shiny. Literally just done, so that's why it's shiny, or shinier than it would be once it's dry. But yeah, not orange peely at all as far as I can see. It's really, really, really nice finish. No runs, no flies at the moment. Yeah, really nice. It just all depends on whether it matches, doesn't it, really? So I'm going to leave it here for 2 or 3 hours till the weather starts to go south, and then we'll get it in the garage for a couple of days. We'll come back next week. Actually, more than a couple of days. We'll give it a really good chance to dry off and harden. That's the trouble with this 2K. Without a heat lamp, I should get myself a heat lamp really, but it does take a long time to fully harden. So to avoid any marks, especially when you're putting the trim on, especially if like I said earlier, if these bits don't go in very well, better to leave it as long as possible really. But yeah, it's looking really nice, really nice. So it all depends, as I say, it all depends on whether it's going to match. It does look quite white. I'm interested to know, when I do take it into the garage, I am going to hold it up against the car. And I've just got this feeling it might just be a bit too white. It doesn't look really white, but if I stand here and look at the car, oh, it's impossible to tell. It is impossible to tell. We won't know. I just spotted a tiny little run just there. That'll probably disappear once it's. Not going to cut it with wet sand. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to polish it. I think that's all it needs with this. It really doesn't seem to need a wet sand. You seem to get a better finish just polishing it with a cutting compound. Yeah, G360 will do the job, and then just polish it rather than wet sanding it. Not needed, but yeah, it looks fab. Looks really, really nice. No, not orange peely at all. Don't know if you probably can't tell through the camera, but really, really, really nice finish. I'm so pleased with the way this painting goes now. Much, much better finish in the summer than it is in the winter. But I did do some good finishes in the winter as well, actually. Just had to leave it to dry longer. But yeah, anyway, enough of that. We'll be back next week when we assess the colour and get all the trim on, hopefully, and get it on the car. So even though cameras lie when it comes to colour shades, I think we can see that is a million miles out from the creamier white of the car. So that is going to be absolutely no good whatsoever, I'm afraid. So that was a complete waste of money. So it's about 100 quid for the bumper, and about 20 quid for the about 22 pounds for the can of clear coat, and about 30 quid for 2 cans of base coat. So yeah, waste of money. I mean, obviously I can use the bumper on another car. I can repaint it in a different colour. What I should have done, stupidly, and I don't know why I didn't, is I should have put it onto the car or held it up to the car once I'd done the base coat. At least that way I wouldn't have wasted 22 pounds worth of clear coat. And it's an absolutely beautiful finish. It doesn't even need a polish. It is so nice. It's just such a shame that it's not matching. Now, whether it would match like a 2015 car, which would be potentially whiter, you know, it is the standard shade, so it's not like it's completely the wrong colour. But you know, when you think, I mean, what you're seeing now, what I'm looking through the camera and what I'm looking through live, is pretty damn accurate. It just shows you how different it is. It's like a bright white instead of a creamier white. Now, when you're looking at the car on its own, you don't really notice that it's a creamier white, but when you look at it in comparison to that's more like Ford frozen white. So that was from Central Paints, and was registration number. That was done to the registration number of the car. So it just shows you what a load of nonsense that is. So many different shades. White is quite often a difficult colour. And I have had bumpers painted to code when I first started doing this years ago, I had a bumper painted to code in white on eBay, and it came and it looked like that. And they redid it in the correct shade. So there was an argument about whether 268 and 268A are the same colour. They are the same colour. It's just that there's about 4 different shades of this colour, as there are in many colours, Fiat colours, probably other manufacturers as well. But yeah, awful, absolute pointless, complete waste of time and money that was. So I am going to get this other bumper tomorrow, which is off of a 2010 car, same year. It needs a tiny little bit of work on it, but not much. I have got other paints, and I think I have got the less white colour. I should have used spray out cards. I bought a new set of spray out cards. I was just so eager to get this done, and it just completely went out of my mind to do it. But these things happen. As I say, you know, if I end up buying this bumper tomorrow and that's no good either, then I probably will rub this down and repaint it. But I don't think that will happen. I reckon it will match. So it's a nuisance. It's a shame. It's one of those things, isn't it? That's the game. So I'll join you again tomorrow when we get that new bumper. Going over to northwest London to get that. Going over there for 9 o'clock in the morning. So hopefully I should be back by about 10:30. And then we can get on and get this car finished. Raining today, hopefully not tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow. Interesting place. This is right under the that there. That's the M1. What a gaff this is. Let's see if I can put my camera in now. Can't see very much. Yeah, right, time to get home. Right, we got the bumper. So we're going to take those off. We're going to sell those. Got that little mark there. Actually, I think that looks like something stuck. That looks like a bit of cement or something. Although there are some scratches around it. We'll get some sticky stuff removed on there. There are a few little bits that need touching up, but there's nothing major. Yeah, let's get it out and let's hope it matches. I think it will. It is off of a 2010 convertible, so not that it matters that it's convertible, but it is off a 2010 car, so it's same year, so it should match. Shouldn't be any issues at all. Right, let's get it out and we'll offer it up. Right, still need to adjust that bonnet as well, so I need to rake out those screws. Not screws, what do you call them? Is that the right one? Yeah. The nuts for the bonnet. Let's see if we can find some white ones so we can then adjust it. And we've got to swap batteries over as well. Oh, that's a bit rounded off, that one. Actually, I think I am using the wrong size. I think it's the next one up. Yeah, it is. Should be that one. Bit stiff, isn't it? Considering it's only been in for a few days. We've also got to polish these headlights up as well before we put the bonnet back on. So we'll get that done in a minute. Not bonnet. I keep saying bonnet. I meant bumper. God, blimey, this is tight. So it was really handy having this bumper. Right, we'll just literally throw it on, put a couple of bolts, just start it off, close the bonnet. Excuse the wind today. Right, let's close that. I think it's going to be fine. Yeah, that's more like it. That matches perfect. So it is a bit, I say scratched up, it's not particularly scratched, it's just marks on it. So yeah, we'll get that. We've got to take we've got a new DRL as well to put in, and we've got the other DRL to put in. Got to fix that horn wires. Everything else is on here, of course. We've got a badge. All we've got to do is change those, change the fog light covers. As I say, we'll sell those. I'm not likely to need them in any time soon, so it's very rare that you even get a car with fog lamps, so I should get a few quid for those. Yeah, right, that's it. So I'm going to just fix the other bits that I've got to do. With that horn, I'm going to try pushing the wires back in and see if they stay. If they don't, I'll have to do a little rewire on it. I've actually just realised that this was actually a fog light cable. So obviously this could have fog lights, this car. Whilst the horn's already still connected. I saw that and just assumed it was the horn. I didn't even look. So we could have used them, but of course we haven't got the other part of the loom. So I'm not going to fork out for that. I will just let the people know that you know, should they ever want to put front fogs in it, they can, because the wiring's there and it can be programmed in. You don't need to change the. Let me just show you around here. In case you don't know, I'm going to tell you now. If you want to program multi-ECU scan. Oh, so this car did have front fog lights. That's interesting. Oh, that's a shame. So it didn't just have the wiring. So obviously they yanked that off, didn't they, when they took the bumper off? So the only difference with the cars with front fog lights is that it's got front and back on there. So the car is programmed for one press to turn the front ones on. Sorry, one press to turn the back ones on. Press it again, the front ones come on. Press it again, they go off. When you've got just rear ones, one press turns on and one press turns off the rear ones. But you can program that in. So if I had the loom, I could do it. So what I'll probably do is, I'm sure I've got those, so I'll probably change that. But you can just take this off and then take it out from the back. I'm sure I've got one of those, so I can just swap it over. If I had the loom, I'd do it, but I haven't, so I won't. Especially as I've got the fog light bits. But it might be something we might do in the future, so I'll keep that because that's always worth keeping. As I say, they are the same. It's just the programming on multi-ECU scan. But I didn't even notice that before, that this car obviously had fog lights as well. It's got rear sensors as well, hasn't it? So someone obviously up-spec'd it. Right, okay, so what we've got here, you can do this without, but I've got this Maguire's kit, which I've had for some time. I've used it numerous times. So you get two pieces of sandpaper that are double-sided. You've got number 1, number 2, number 3 and number 4, which you sand it down with using water. And you've got a pad, which could do with a bit of a clean actually. And then you've got some stuff. And then I've also, since then, I've bought clear coat stuff for headlights, specifically for headlights, because if you don't use that, because you're taking off the UV protection, so the clear coat puts the UV protection back on. So the first thing we've got to do is wet sand it with number 1. So we go from side to side with number 1. They do tell you to mask off, but I never do. So you give it a good sand to take off the haziness. It gets scratches out quite well as well. There's really, really deep scratches, not necessarily. So you don't go around in circles, you go left to right. And then when you do number 2, you go up and down. And then by number 3, you go from side to side, and then number 4, you go up and down as well. So you're doing it alternately. You can see it's taking it off already. So that's obviously the most aggressive one. So you give it a good going over with that. And then we'll go for number 2 and we'll go up and down. Trying to avoid the wing, of course. I don't know what grade these are, and I have used them a few times, so obviously they've degraded a little bit, but obviously the polish does a job as well, of course. Never quite sure how much you meant to do it. And you can always do it again. It's very milky. This was probably the worst headlight I've ever seen, actually. So this may need more than one go. Now what we do is dry it off, and then we get that pad on the drill. Yeah, it's still a bit speckly there, but I'm not sure we can get that off anyway. But it's a lot better than it was, that's for sure. Right, dry that off, and then put my drill here. We get the pad on the drill. Get some of the jollop. Don't need much, don't think. Some of the jollop. Spread it over. We need to put a new tab on this headlight as well. Right. Right, now we get a microfiber. Much better. Much better. Not perfect, but still a little bit misty here, but I think that's okay. And then what we'll do is we'll just mask this off, because we obviously got to use the aerosol, but we'll do that afterwards. So I'll do the other headlight and then we'll get that done. So that's much better now. Right, so bumpers on. DRLs are in. The DRL I bought, the depot one. First of all, I'll show you the picture now on screen. You see that, what looks like a split? Now that is actually, I thought that was broken, but it's not. I've looked at the other DRLs and they're the same as it, so it's part of the design. However, the bulb holder in this depot one that I bought, which is a cheap Chinese aftermarket one, which I have bought before and have been fine, the bulb holder just would, well, for one, the bulb kept falling out. I tried different bulbs, just kept falling out. And the bulb holder will not screw into that light. I stood there for about half an hour trying to do it, and it will not go in. So I've started a return off. The return did say it seems to be broken, which it's not. However, I just don't know whether it's just shit. But it's of absolutely no use. Cannot use it. Ridiculous. I won't ever be buying those again. I've got this box, as you know, of odds and ends, and I managed to find 2 decent ones out of it. But I might as well throw these away. I won't, because I can use them for spares. But I think I just need to start buying DRLs when I see them come up cheap enough. Check the other side till I'm proficient in doing this. I don't want to make any mistakes. There we go, and then we go down to lock those in place. There you go. Make sure that one's locked in place. Yep. Right, that's it. We're in the air. Right, so we've got the front wheels off, as you can see. And yeah, brakes are good. They don't need replacing. They've got about 2/3 maybe left. But look at that. It's like this both sides. All those stones. So what the hell's that all about? It's like someone's been storing them there. It's really bizarre. I mean, obviously they've got thrown up, haven't they, at some point? But yeah, how weird is that? How weird is that? Shock core looks good. Yeah, shock looks good. Bottom arm looks good. That's good. Yeah. So we just need to get all those stones out. How bizarre. So we've got to change this, obviously, because it's destroyed. And I'm pretty certain I've got one for the other side. It's this side I didn't have, which I bought a cheap eBay one. They're not fantastic, but they work. So more stones. Bottom arm's okay. Yeah, all good. Shock is fine, fairly new by the looks of it actually. And again, brakes about 2/3. Discs are a little bit lipped, not a lot, and a bit scored. Obviously, it's not been driven around. And again, obviously, we've got chunk missing there, so we've got to replace that as well. Yeah, so I'm going to get all that out. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to end this video here, and we will do the rest of it on the next video, because it's getting a bit longer now, I think, on this one. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed this one. It's not been too much on it, I suppose, but at least we're sort of getting there now on the bumper. We've got to tidy all this stuff up on the bumper. A couple of little bits of paint need touching up and what have you. I'm going to give all the wheels a clean and all under here a clean once I've changed those. But yeah, it's coming along nicely. I was actually hoping to finish this car today, but due to the having to go over and get that bumper and doing the those DRLs and getting the bumper sorted out, excuse me, I've got itchy nose. I probably won't get it finished today. I certainly won't get it washed, but we'll do what we can. I've still got to do, I've got flashing mileage as well, so I may potentially have to take out the Blue and Me unit and repair that, which will obviously be another job that needs to be done. And we've got to do the hatch wiring as well. So join me in the next one, which will be the last one, and then before you've seen it, I imagine the car would have sold. I'm hoping to get it finished this week and get the car sold this weekend. And then we have another one to bring over from my sister-in-law's that I've mentioned before, that's been there since the 10th of November. Went over there today to move it from one side of the drive to the other. You'll see all that in a video coming soon. And on that car, that's the one I'm intending to do the cam belt on. Help. So, that's it. Don't forget, if you are not a subscriber, hit that button, subscribe to the channel. It's completely free of charge. Thanks for watching. Until the next one, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.